Hello everyone! Good day, grade 5 math learners! Welcome to Valenzuela Live in Mathematics 5. In today's session, I will be your math teacher. My name is Ma'am Veronica Leon of Lingunan Elementary School. But before we proceed, I want you to do the following. First, type in your complete name, grade and section, your subject teacher, and your school in the comment box so your teacher would recognize your attendance. Second, if you want to answer during our discussion, simply type in your answer in the comment box. And if you have some questions about the lesson discussed, you may also type in your question before the session ends. Third, get ready with your SLM, or what we call the self-learning module, your math notebook, and your ball pen. Now, let's get started on a fun numerical day. We are now in our third quarter, week 1. And based on the most learning competencies, you will be able to learn the following. 1. Visualize percent and its relationship to fractions, ratios, and decimal numbers using models. 2. Define percentage, rate or percent, and base. And number 3. Identify the base, percentage, and rate in a problem. But before we proceed, let's have first a warm-up activity. Since in the previous lesson, you've learned about the fractions and about decimals, for today, you're going to change the following fractions to decimals. Get ready with your notebook and ball pen. I'll give you 60 seconds to answer these. Start now. Time is up! Let's check if you get a perfect score. For 13 over 100, the decimal form is 13 hundredths. For 4 over 10, it is 4 tenths. For 6 over 10, it is 6 tenths. The decimal number for 23 over 100 is 23 hundredths. And for 5 over 100, it is 5 hundredths. Did you get a perfect score? Great job, grade 5 math learners. Now, just take a look at this figure. So, you can see how many parts are shaded. We have 7 parts are shaded. And the figure is equally divided into 100 equal parts. Now, this is my question. What fraction of the grid is shaded? What is your answer? You can type your answer in the comment box. The answer is 7 over 100. Very good. 7 is the denominator, is the numerator rather, and 100 is the denominator. This time, how about if I asked you, what is the ratio of the shaded parts to the total number of squares? Let's find out. You're right. It's 7 to 100. So if we're going to compare the number of shaded parts to the total number of squares, it is 7 to 100. Now, the ratio 7 to 100 means 7 per 100. Just like this one. This means 7% of the grid is shaded. Therefore, let's review. Let's find what do we mean by percent. Percent means per 100. And it is written as 7%. Let's go back. We have the fraction 7 over 100 and we have the ratio 7 to 100 pertaining to the figure that we have. Okay? So, the percent symbol takes place on the denominator 100 in a fraction. So, the fraction 7 to 100 or 7 over 100 is 7%. Likewise, the symbol percent replaces the term 100 in a ratio 7 to 100. So therefore, 7 to 100 is also 7%. Now, a while ago, I asked you to change fraction to decimal. When we change 7 over 100 as a decimal, what is your answer? You're right. It is 700ths as a decimal. We can also change, or we can express also 700 as 7%. Yes, you are right. The fraction, the ratio, and a decimal can be expressed as a percent. Let's have further explanation. Percent is a special ratio that compares a certain number to 100. The word percent comes from the Latin phrase per centum, which means per 100. The symbol that we use is the percent sign. That's it. Now, therefore, we can express percent as a ratio, fraction, decimal number, and vice versa. For further explanation, let's answer this one. So let's keep moving. Write the fraction, ratio, decimal, and percent for the shaded parts. So we're going to write it as a fraction, ratio, decimal, and a percent. Let's start with fraction. How many parts are shaded? And how many parts the figure divided? Okay, the fraction form is 12 over 100. The numerator is 12, the shaded parts, and the figure is equally divided into 100 parts. Now, remember, fraction is always expressed in lowest term. So, the lowest term of 12 over 100 is 3 over 25. Okay, how about the ratio? Let's compare the shaded parts to the total number of squares. The total number of squares is 100 and the shaded parts is 12. Therefore, the ratio is 12 to 100. The same with fraction, we're going to simplify it. 3 to 25. Okay, now this time, how about the decimal form? 1200 is written in 1200. So 0 and 12. Now, how about the percent? Can you guess it? Yes, it's 12%. Now, very good. Now, let's continue. Let's have another example. Okay, so let us write a fraction, a ratio, a decimal, and a percent to the shaded parts. How many parts are shaded? So we have 30 parts are shaded. So the fraction form is, yes, it's 30 over 100. Now, let's reduce it to lowest term. The lowest term is 3 over 10. Now, let's compare the number of shaded parts to the total number of squares. The answer is 30 to 100. And in simplest, it is 3 to 10. How about the decimal? Yes, it's 30 hundredths, or it's also equal to 3 tenths. So 30 hundredths and 3 tenths are equal. And the percent, yes, it's 30%. Very good. Did you understand? Let's have another one. Remember this one. One whole is always 100%. 100 over 100 is equal to 1. Now, one whole can be a set or a figure. That's this one, a whole chicken and a whole pizza. A set of any number of objects is equivalent to 100%. Just like this one. We have a set of 4 mobile phones. So, regardless of the number of objects, it is equivalent to 100%. Why? Because we are referring to the one whole group. Just like this example. Therefore, each mobile phone represents 25% of the set of mobile phones. So 100% divided by 4 is equivalent to 25%. So remember, a set of any number of objects is equivalent to 100% because we are referring to one whole group. Okay, now let's read this one. 95% of the pupils in a class have mobile phones. Write this as a ratio, a fraction, and a decimal. Now, this is what we're going to do. So, 95%. How do we write it as a ratio? As a ratio since 95%. So, percent means per 100. Remember that. Percent means per 100. So, the ratio will be 95 to 100. So, in simplest form, it is 19 to 20. Now, as a fraction, 95%. So, therefore, the denominator is 100 and the numerator is 95. Again, we're going to get the lowest term of the fraction, which is equivalent to 19 over 20. Okay? Now, how about if we're going to percent it as a decimal? So, write it as a decimal. Do 95% as a decimal. Okay. So, 95 per 100. So, we're going to divide 95 by 100. So, 95 divided by 100, that is equivalent to 95%. That's how we change percent as a decimal. There is a simplest way. So, all you have to do is remove the percent symbol. Now, move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So, that will be the equivalent of 95%. So, 95% is 95 hundredths. Okay, let's have another one. Ara has finished 85% of the book she is reading. Write this as a ratio, a fraction, and a decimal. So, let's have this one as a ratio. Will you write your answer in the comment box? As a ratio, so 85%, so percent means per 100. So therefore, it is 85 to 100. In simplest form, it is 17 to 20. Okay. As a fraction, write your answer on the comment box. As a fraction, it is 85 over 100. Or, in simplest form, it is 17 over 20. How about a decimal? As a decimal, 85% as a decimal. Yes, it's 85 per 100. What are you going to do? So, 85 divided by 100 is equivalent to 85 hundredths. The easiest way to write percent as a decimal. So, move the percent symbol. Move the decimal point 2 places to the left. And that is your answer. So, 85% is 85 hundredths. Did you understand? Okay, let's find out. Now this time, do it yourself. DIY. Get ready with your notebook and ball pen. Write the following in percent form. Are you ready? Comment your answer in our comment box. The answer is, for number 1, 83 to 100% form. It's 83%. Good job. Number 2, 800s. What is the percent form? It's 8%. How about number 3, 87 over 100? Comment your answer now. The answer is, it's 87%. And number 3, 96 out of 100 pupils like mathematics. What is the percent for this? Your answer is 96% like mathematics. For the last one, Lara got 93 out of 100 in a math test. She got in a math test. What is the percent form? Yes, it's 93%. Did you get a perfect score? You're all amazing grade 5 math learners. Very good. Now, this time, I want you to read hashtag POTD, problem of the day. The interest rate for savings in a bank is 5% per year. When Gia deposited 1,000 pesos in the bank, her money earned an interest of 50 pesos in 1 year. Now, this is my question. In this problem, which is the percentage, the base, and the rate? Are you familiar with this? Now, let's define first what do we mean by percentage, base, and rate. So let's define percentage, base, and rate. So let's go back with the problem. Let's start with the base. Base, so, is the number that represents the whole or the entire amount. It appears after the word of in the problem. So here, which do you think is the base in the given problem? Try to guess. Okay, the answer is 1,000 pesos. So this is the whole or the entire amount. Okay, so that is the base. How about the rate? Rate is the number of 100 parts which is given in terms of percent. It is written with percent sign. So it's easy to point out which is the percent or the rate in the problem. And it appears before the word of in a given problem. Now, can you give me the rate in the problem? The answer is 5%. Very good. So that is the rate. So it's easy to identify because it has a percent sign. Okay. How about the percentage? Percentage is a part of a whole. So it's only a part of a whole. A base or base determined by the rate. Okay, again, percentage is a part of a whole or a base determined by the rate. It appears before or after the word is in a problem. Now, can you identify in the problem the percentage? The answer is 50 pesos. So it's only a part of a whole. Okay, so that is the meaning of percentage, base, and rate. So let's keep moving. So let's define again. Percentage is a part of a whole. That whole or total is the base, while the number with percent symbol is the rate. Remember that. Don't forget that. Okay, let's keep moving. So, example, this whole pizza. What is the percentage, the base, and the rate? In this example, the percentage is the one part. One part has been taken. And the base is 8. So the whole part is divided into 8 equal parts. And the rate, what do you think? It refers to the one part that's been taken. 1/8, that is 12.5%. The one part of the pizza represents 12.5% of the whole. Okay, now this time, let's I'll give you more examples about this one. So we have the given. We're going to identify the base, rate, and percentage. For number one, 25% of 200 is 50. Which do you think is the base, the rate, and the percentage? Try to answer on your own. Okay, the base here is 200. The rate definitely is the 25%. And the percentage is, you're right, it's 50. Okay, good. Let's have another one example. For number two, 45 is 75% of 60. Which do you think is the base? Okay, it's 60. The rate, it's 75%. And the percentage, it's 45. Okay. Number three, 50% of 80 is 40. 50% of 80 is 40. Which is the base? It's 80. And the rate? 50%. And the percentage is 40. Okay, now number three. Number four rather. 40.5 is 45% of 90. Which do you think is the base? It's 90. And the rate, it's 45%. And the percentage, 40.5 or 40 and 5 tenths. Okay, how about what if one term is missing? What is 25% of 400? What is 25% of 400? Which do you think is the unknown here? Is it the base, the rate, or the percentage? The unknown is the percentage. The base here is 400 and the rate is 25%. So here in this given, the percentage is unknown. For number two, 20 is what percent of 60? What do you think is the unknown here? The unknown is, it's the percent. So percent is unknown. The base is 60 and the percentage is 20. Okay, how about number three? 25% of what number is 10? 25% of what number is 10? Which do you think is the unknown? Is it the base, the rate, or the percentage? Think of it. The unknown here is the base. And the rate, definitely it's 25%. And the percentage is 10. Okay, that's it. Did you understand? Okay, this time, it's your own. Do it yourself. Identify the base, rate, and percentage. So let's have number one. Yumi ate 3 of the 6 parts of her chocolate bar. This means she ate 50% of the chocolate bar. Now, can you identify the percentage, the base, and the rate in this problem? I'll give you 60 seconds to think. Write your answer in the comment box. Okay, time starts now. Okay, time is up. Check your own work. Be honest. Okay, the percentage here is 3. The base is 6. You're right. And the rate is 50%. Did you get a perfect score? Okay, let's have number 2. 20% of what number is 18? 20% of what number is 18? Identify the base, the percentage rather, the base and the rate. 60 seconds again. Okay, let's go back. Now you're going to check again your answer. So the percentage here is 18. The base, it's unknown. So we will going to find the value of the base. And the rate is 20%. Very good. Now for the last one. 60 is what percent of 80? Identify the percentage, the base, and the rate in these questions. Okay, time starts now. Okay, so let's check your answer again. So be honest. The percentage here is 60. The base is 80. And the rate is unknown. So because the question is 60 is what percent of 80? So rate is unknown. Okay, you're all amazing grade 5 learners. I hope you get a perfect score. Now, remember this. So, Kim, remember our acronym, Kim. Keep in mind. Percent comes from the Latin phrase per centum, which means per hundred. The symbol is this one. The symbol is percent sign. We can express percent as a ratio, fraction, decimal number, and vice versa. To change percent to decimal, move the decimal point of the number 2 places to the left. Percentage is a part of a whole. It has a symbol of P. Rate represents as R is the quantity written in percent. And base, so it represents the capital letter B. It represents the whole. That is our lesson for today. Now, do you have any questions? So you can comment in the comment box. Okay? So we have here a question. It is said that if the percentage, base, and rate is missing, can we have or do we have a formula to be used? The answer is yes. So we have a formulas to be used, but you're going to find it on the next Valenzuela Live. So that will be your next lesson. So get ready for that. Now, no more questions. Now this time, I want you to remember this. Whatever you do, always give 100%. Never give up. Okay? So, that's all for today. Thank you for watching and listening. I hope you've learned something new today. See you again on the next Valenzuela Live. Stay safe at home. This is again Ma'am Veronica Rollion of Lingunan Elementary School. Stay safe and healthy at home. Goodbye. See you on the next Valenzuela Live.